I'm going to play this audio for you, and I want you to really pay attention and hear what is being said in this exchange. I will play the video, but due to copyright, I already know how that is going to be. So what I'll do is I'll leave the link to the actual video itself down in the comments, down in the description if you want to check out the video for yourself.
You're gonna put that up and you're gonna let everybody else see it. Well, everybody loves it. Confronted by a trans woman, you're gonna hide it. Everybody loves it. No, I don't think so. They post it. 9 out of 10 customers love it. Yeah, you know what? It's bull. No, what you're spouting.
And let me give you a little bit of context too as it's going along. So basically what happened was you have this, it's two men right here. Let me just put it right there. I'm not even gonna say it's one person who identifies as a woman and a man who's actually a man. These are two grown men right here. The one on the left claims that he is a woman because he chooses to live the life of a woman, and the other one is a Vietnam vet and he owns this store. Apparently he had a sign up in his store that said if you are not a chick if you were born with a dick. And apparently this person saw that sign and got heavily offended, which lets me know he's the one that he was referring to. And then it just goes into a whole argument between the two of them that started in the store and then carried outside of the store. So I'm going to just stop talking right here and let the audio play. And then I'm going to give my take at the end. It's about a 3.5 minute long video.
I'm telling you, as a man, that's bullshit. You know what? Nobody confronts your ass. That's the problem. Really? If they say, really? What the? You want to bet? What the is you want to bet? Do you know how many people you've embarrassed in City Hall? Me and embarrassment to City Hall. They have to tolerate that shit. The city, sir. You are an embarrassment to this city. I am a pillar in the city. Everybody knows. I'm a pillar in this. Now you do that. Do you know why? Every time some bullshit like this happens, my sales go up because people are wanting this. Sally, you are nuts. You are nuts. You're not a woman. You don't look like a woman. You don't act like a woman. Really? You're ahead. What's wrong with you? Well, look at yourself. For Christ's sakes. Really? For Christ's sakes, who would want to even be close? My God. Really? It's horrible. I don't know why you are not. You are not a chick. Why am I so horrible? Do you still have a? You know what? That is none of your business. Do you think there's one person that really thinks that you're a chick? I know a lot of people that agree with me and that accept me for who I am. And the fact that you're going to be here with a sign like that. Nobody confronts you. That's the problem. You make me bullshit. Because you're not away from me. Then you get out of my store. I will. Thank you. Thank you. Trans women are women. Jesus Christ, man. Get a clue. Trans women are women. Get a trans women are women. Leave. Leave. I'm out of your store. Leave. You leave. I'm here. Let me ask you a question. Do you have a? You don't get to ask that. I'll bet you do. You are stupid. I don't care. I hope so. Because I want to be in your face because nobody confronts your stupid ass. Or nuts. You need to back off now. No, you do. So back off. Back off now. I am trying to leave. Why don't you leave? You're going to get to be more sense. Are you going to keep following? Or are you just going to check my ass out? You check tonight. Stop staring at my ass! I would really like them to open their eyes and their heart and see that, we are people, we are who we are.
Some people think it's hurtful. Well, they told us that this hurt.
But here's the thing, I don't give about feelings anymore. I'm 70 and 8. I went to Vietnam to fight for all that. Do you think I care about some feelings? Absolutely not.
Okay, so that was the whole video right there. And let me just say this. Before I begin to dissect everything that you just heard, and I might have to go back and do a play-by-play, but I wanted you to hear the entire audio first before I went back and dissected it, because it's going to be hard for me to remember everything that happened. So it might sound like a little bit of a repeat with me just interjecting what I have to say. I have to give a huge shout out and kudos to this man for standing up to this person, because it is so rare that this happens. And, you know, that's why I say I'm so glad I'm not bound by a contract, because if I would say in the industry, I would have to always walk on eggshells about what it is that I say. And I don't want to do that. As y'all already know, with the kind of commentary and stuff that I talk about on this channel. This is what a lot of people in the industry have to have, is a backbone like this guy has. And you heard at the end, he said that he's 70 years old. He fought in the Vietnam War. And you have this person right here who was trying to imitate a woman, trying to tell him what he is, when he knows that it's not the case. So I'm go back, play it back. But so this part right here is going to be a lot of stop and go, so I can dissect this thing piece by piece.
You're gonna put that up and you're gonna let everybody else see it? Well, everybody loves it. Confronted by a trans woman, you're gonna hide it? Everybody loves it. No.
So, okay, so remember I was saying how the person walked into the store and they saw a sign on the store, on the door, that said, you're not a chick if you have a dick, or something to that effect. The person saw it, got offended by it, and then is going to try to proceed to tell this old man who owns this store, by the way. This is his store. He's not an employee at the store. He owns the store, and tries to tell him what to do and what to move and everything like that. This kind of reminds me of a video clip that I saw where you had this white girl went into this store where it was owned by some Arabs, I believe, and they had some stuff hanging up about Israel or something like that. And she tried to tell him to take it down because it was going to offend some of the people that went to the college that was nearby. I'm like, how are you going to tell him what to do and move out of his store? If you don't like what it is, don't go in the store. I'm sure you can find other businesses that can cater to whatever it is that you need. And I'm looking at this kind of store that this guy has, and it doesn't even look like it's anything in here remotely that this person who claims to be a woman would even be interested in. It's just that they saw a sign and got triggered by it and decided to start a confrontation with this man.
9 out of 10 customers love it.
Yeah, you know what? It's bullshit.
No, what you're spouting is bull.
No, it's not. Trans women are women, sir.
And see, there's the line right there. And I posed this question on Twitter a couple weeks ago. I said to the women on my page who follow me, or whoever sees this, if you are a woman, are you offended when you have a person who's pretending to be you, claim to be you? In other words, are trans women real women? And I had pretty much 100% of all women say, hell no. And then some gave their explanations as to why they said what they said. And here you have this guy right here who claims that trans women are real women. He said it out of his mouth a few times in this video. This is the first time you're hearing it, but of course in the the audio that you heard before I'm giving the dissection, you're hearing it again. He said it like 3 times. And the thing is, no matter how many times you say it, it's not going to be true. I said this is the part where the women should jump in and say something. But see, there goes that intersectionality bullshit. This is what happens when intersectionality comes into play. That's why I said this shit should not even exist.
That sign is bullshit. As a trans women are women.
That's number 2. He said it. That's the second time he said it.
Telling you, as a man, that's bullshit.
Okay.
You know what? Nobody confronts your ass. That's the problem.
And that is the point. He said nobody confronts your ass, and he has a very strong point. Hardly no one likes to confront them because they're a bunch of bullies. That's why I keep saying, if you have the ability to cancel somebody because of this, because of whatever the case may be, because you want to go against science, then you are no longer an unprotected group. You are very protected. And besides, the Academy has very, very, very many laws in the book that protects them. This exceeds beyond them being able to get married. That was only step 1. And see all the stuff that has steamrolled out since then.
Really? If they'd say, really? What the? You want to bet? What the is
You
going
know what
on?
happened?
Do you know how many people you've embarrassed at City Hall?
Me and
There have to,
embarrassment to City
there
Hall,
have to
really.
tolerate that shit.
And they said, and because I'm reading some captions in here, they said the trans person is a member of the city council in Aberdeen. So this person, this trans person, has a seat in City Hall. They have a seat there. So that means they have some kind of a status. And I bet you they probably got it because they needed the quote unquote diversity, and there's where the diversity comes into play. Just like 46 elected that trans woman, quote unquote, to that position, same thing happening here. Let me go back a little bit because I feel like I forgot. I want to make sure I don't forget anything.
Huh? You know what? Nobody confronts your ass. That's the problem. Really? If they say, really? What the? You want to bet? What the is you going to?
And he actually made a good point. And the thing is, this trans person is trying to make it seem like no one confronts them. I highly believe that many people probably do, but not to the scale as what this guy's doing.
Everybody knows.
I'm a pillar in this.
Hold on, I skipped.
Embarrassment to City
They
Hall,
have to
really.
tolerate
You're an
that shit.
embarrassment to the city, sir. You are an embarrassment to this city.
I am a pillar
Actually, no, you're an embarrassment, and this video right here proves it.
in the
Sure,
city.
everybody knows.
I'm a pillar in this. Now,
Oh,
you
yeah.
do that. Do you know why? Every time some bullshit like this happens, my sales go up because people are wanting this.
Really?
You are nuts.
Let's wake you up
You
to the
are
truth,
nuts.
sir.
You're not a woman. You don't look like a woman. You
Uh-huh.
don't act like a woman.
Really?
You're ahead. What's wrong with
Really?
you? Well, look at yourself. For Christ's sakes.
Really?
For Christ's sakes, who would want to eat?
And the thing is, the guy is coming at this person with so many cold hard facts that all this person can respond with is, oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, really? Because they can't come back with anything. They know they don't even look like a woman, and they don't. Because when they showed the person face on the screen, even with the mask on, you can look in the eyes and tell on the upper half of their face that was a man. And look, they're built like a man. They wow. But okay, let me continue.
Even be close. My God.
Really?
It's horrible.
I don't know why.
You
am
are
I,
not.
Why am I so
You
horrible
are
to
not
you?
a chick.
Why am I so horrible to
Do you still have a?
You know what? That is none of your business.
He said, you know what? You still have a dick. You know what? That is none of your business. Translated, he still has the equipment down there.
Do you think there's one person that really thinks that you're a chick?
I know a lot of people that agree with me.
Now, notice how he dodged the question. The old man asked him, and yes, I said him, how many people, let me go back because I don't want to misquote him.
There's one person that really thinks that you're a chick.
He said, can you name one person that actually believes that you're a chick? To which this person responds with,
I know a lot of people that agree with me.
I know a lot of people that agree with me. That was not the question he asked. He asked, can you name one person who believe that you are a chick? Just by looking at you, do you actually believe someone would believe that you're a woman? And he says, I have a lot of people that agree with me. He dodged that question. He dodged the question. And I wish that the old man would have pressed him more about that, because he kind of went away from it. I would have pressed him more. I would have said, no, that's not what I asked. I asked you, is there anybody you can tell me right now to my face with pure and genuine honesty that this person standing in front of me having this baseless argument that you're a woman? And I bet you that he can't. And you know why? Because if they did, why would they go around calling him a trans woman? And he's even calling himself that. All he keeps saying is trans women are women. No, trans women are men who could not cut it as a man and decided to live as a woman because they thought it was easier. I know that must have cut deep for those who are probably listening to this commentary right now.
And that accept me for who
Do you
I
know-
am. And the fact that you're going to be in here with a sign like that.
nobody confronts you. That's the
They
problem.
do.
You make me
That's bullshit.
uncomfortable.
Really?
And here's the lie he got caught up in again. The old man says nobody confronts you the way that they should. And he came back and said, yes, they do. I find that very hard to believe because of the way he's getting butthurt with this guy. Because if they did, quote unquote, confront him the way that he claims, this would have just rolled off of his back and he would have been left the store. He would have never gotten into a confrontation with this guy, with this old man. But the fact that he felt some type of way about it lets me know no one has confronted him the way that this man did today. He found out that day what the real is. But he's probably going to go off and continue living all in his head, which I'm sure is filled with things from the land of Oz.
my store.
Now listen to this. Now that he knows he's losing the argument, he's trying to tell the old man to get away from him when he was the one that confronted him first. Now he's acting like a typical Karen. Get away from me. He didn't confront you. You confronted him because of a sign on the door. And the thing is, the sign says if you have a dick, you're not a chick, or you're not a chick if you have a dick. He says people come into that store all the time and never had a problem with it until he walked in and he had a problem with it. And he says that his store still continues to get business. And see, the thing is, he probably is doing this because he probably hopes that this will hurt this man's business. But to be quite honest, many people are tired of the agenda. And this is probably going to drive his sales all the way up to the point where they're going to probably ask, can I get this put on a shirt? Can you turn this into some apparel if you don't have any already?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Trans women.
So now they're going out the store. I'm just giving you a play-by-play because y'all can't see the video. And he's about to say trans women are women again. And he's saying that outside of the store as he's walking out of the store. Now he's seeking attention because he knows he's being recorded. So now he's trying to draw an audience because it's gone from inside the store where it's just them two and the person recording this. And now he's getting ready to go outside the store where there are other people outside of the store. And he's yelling in order to get some audience attention in hopes to have people on his side and against the man. But like the man said, he's a pillar in that community. People know who he is. They know he's a thorough man and he's a Vietnam vet. So he's already going to get respect regardless. Third time. Fourth time. Fifth time.
Leave. I'm out of your store. Leave. You leave.
Why does he keep telling him to leave? I'm not talking about the old man. I'm talking about the trans person. Why does he keep trying to tell the old man to leave when you came into his store and confronted him about something you didn't like? And he's still technically on his property because he's still standing right there outside of the doorway of his business. And he's trying to tell the old man to leave. And then the old man's talking to him like, no, you leave.
You leave. I'm here. Let me ask you a question. Do you have a... You don't get to ask that.
That's the second time he's pretty much said that. And again, the trans person is dodging the question. You don't get to ask that. Again, that's more confirmation for me that this person still has, well, you know.
I'll bet you do. You are opinion. I don't care.
And see, now he's going into name calling and the old man is like, I don't care. You got to think, this is an old man who been in the Vietnam War and he's a vet. He's like 70. He's seen more than this person he's confronting right now in their entire life, in probably their entire lifetime. So those words or those things that he's trying to hit him with will not hurt him. It will just literally roll off of his back. This is the kind of energy that we as black people have to have when confronting something like this. I'm just saying. And not only just this, just in general, when it comes to the oppression we deal with as a people.
I hope so. Good. Because I want to be in your face because nobody confronts your stupid ass. Or nuts. You need to back off now. No, you do. So back off. Back off now. I am trying to leave and you Why don't you?
But you're trying to leave, but you're still in this man's face. See, the thing is, this person knows they've lost the argument. They know they've lost. So now they got to start throwing out things to make it appear like they're winning. And then when they tried to get an audience to try to be on their side, all they did was draw in more eyes to have people look onto this person to see how extremely foolish they actually are. Mind you, like I said, this person holds a seat at the city hall. And this video has gone viral. And for the most part, almost everybody I've seen as far as the comment section goes is on the old man's side.
Leave. I'm going to take a few more steps. Are you going to keep following me? Or are you just going to check my ass? I'm checking.
Now listen to what this person just said. Now they're walking away. They're finally leaving. Finally. So you're going to just watch me walk away? Are you going to check out my ass too? To try to make it seem like this old man is somehow sexually harassed. Now it's gone from this old man being a bigot in their eyes to him being a person that's trying to sexually harass them or whatever the case may be. See how the narrative switched up? You couldn't win the argument, So now you have to switch the narrative. And even that still didn't work. I'm sure no one was watching you walk away except to see you actually leave, finally.
You check tonight.
Stop staring at my ass!
Nobody was looking at this person is delusional. They under the impression this old man was staring at him in a sexual way. He wishes.
Some people think it's hurtful.
Well,
He told us that this hurt.
Hold on.
and see that. Stop staring at my ass! I would really like them to open their eyes and their heart and see that, you know, we are people, we are who we are.
Some people think it's hurtful.
Well,
He told us that this hurt.
Now listen to this. Now this is the part that got me too with the reporter. The reporter is talking to the old man and trying to make it seem like that he shouldn't have confronted him the way that he did, and it's hurtful and everything like that. And basically the old man says fuck their feelings in so many words. And I agree with him.
Here's the thing. I don't give about feelings anymore. I'm 70 age. I went to Vietnam to fight for all this. Do you think I care about some feelings? Absolutely not.
And there it is. He has the I feel nothing attitude like we do over here. He says, I don't give a fuck about their feelings. It's not about feelings, it's about what it is and what isn't. And what it is right here is a man pretending to be a woman. And as you know, to the women out there, y'all should be offended that this person is walking around talking about trans women or women. He said it 5 times. I counted in the video. But I'm not even remotely upset that this man had confronted this person the way he did, because he could have just let that thing slide. It could have been another incident like how it was the GameStop where you had that overly aggressive one try to get at in the face of that worker who was talking about it's ma'am, not man, it's man, and then proceeded to knock some stuff over in the store and then finally leave. And then when they interview him, they try to make it seem like this person was a helpless victim and that the worker at the store was being quote unquote homophobic or transphobic. Same thing here. The only difference is this man right here actually stood his ground and stood firmly on his square and was like, I've seen much more catastrophes in life than I have seen when it comes to you. People are like, you're just a walking tragedy. But one thing I did notice with this video, back to when I was saying transphobic, I did not one time hear this trans woman, quote unquote, call this man transphobic. Not one time. It's interesting he didn't throw the label on this man, because even then he still had to remain on code for the simple fact that he knew at the end of the day that regardless of the fact that he hated that this guy did not accept him as who he chooses to be, that at the end of the day he's still a white man. So in that aspect, he was on code for not calling him transphobic. Now I wonder, will those in the academy try to cancel this man and cancel his business the way they've been going around on a cancel the baby tour party? I doubt it, because in their eyes it's like, oh, this guy's he's in his 70s, he's about to expire anyway, and who cares about his little business? That's probably what they're saying in their mind. But at the end of the day, I have to give kudos to this guy for actually standing up to this person, because he could just easily let this person walk all over him. Because first of all, look at the height. This guy's a big dude. But this guy was like, I don't give a fuck how big you are or how tall you are or who you are trying to be. That doesn't impress me, and I'm not moved by any of that. And he says, I don't care, like, if you're on City Hall or anything like that. And the thing is, I think the old guy knew of him. So this is almost like this was a something that was about to happen, something that was bound to happen. Like, this encounter was bound to happen, and it finally did. And he found out that day that this old man wasn't about to back down to him. And they know who they try to battle against. See, he probably figured, I'm bigger than this guy, I'm younger than this guy. He's not going to say nothing to me. I'm going to do all the talking, and I'm going to shut him down. That was probably what was going on in his mind. But that day, he found out otherwise. He found out otherwise that day. And it'll make them think twice before confronting another person. And see, that's the thing. You have to put them in their place so the next time they try to do this again, they'll think twice before actually doing it. Otherwise, they're going to continue to do it. But see, this guy had him cornered with a lot of things. And the thing is, he didn't even have to call him any derogatory name. He just called him stupid and probably, I think, a dumbass. But I don't think that can't be considered derogatory, because the term stupid and dumbass gets thrown around all the time to anybody for the most part. Hell, I've heard some people call pets dumbasses and stupid. As crazy as it sounds, but I've heard it happen. But not once did this old man call him the other F word. And he probably was trying to pull that word or some type of phobic word or slur out of him in this confrontation. See, they're very slick. They're very conniving. You have to have good wordplay when it comes to them, because if not, that word will slip and then they'll say, oh, they committed a hate crime against me. They call me a homophobic or transphobic slur and so many other things. And he, like I said, he probably tried to pull it out of him, but the old man knew how to work around that and still shut him down eloquently. And quite savage, might I add. When he kept asking him, he said, I bet you have a dick. That is none of your business. That basically said to me, yes, you still have a dick. That's what that told me. But I just wanted to bring this story to y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed my breakdown, my dissection of it. You know, I know some of it was hard to listen to, but it is what it is. I just had to highlight it. But y'all let me know what y'all thinking down in the comments.